You know, we've been pressing on this issue and asking a lot of questions about this Solyndra loan program for months now on this subcommittee. But I think it's really important that we have this hearing now because while Solyndra was touted as really one of the poster childs by President Obama of his first stimulus bill, and clearly there is a lot of evidence that shows that this was something that the White House really wanted to move through quickly. And the emails indicate that. But while this was one of the poster children of the first stimulus bill, the president right now is touting what I call son of stimulus. Another bill to come through, spend more taxpayer money, to do more things like this. And in fact, if you look at some of the issues that we've raised about this loan program, some of these projects that were funded by stimulus, just Solyndra alone was touted to create 3,000 jobs. The president touted that. It's going to be a great success story. And, of course, we've seen the failure there. A lot of us are questioning this kind of double-down son of stimulus approach where they're going to come back and do more of this kind of same failed policy of just spending money we don't have. And, you know, of course, the president said in front of our chamber last week, pass the bill now. We hadn't even seen the bill. The president didn't even give us the text of the bill, and he said, pass the bill now. Called on the American people to ask us to pass the bill now. I hope you understand now why a lot of us are real skeptical when the president says, pass a bill now, because he did that with the stimulus bill, and we see the failure there. He did that with the health care bill. We're still unearthing problems there. So when the president says, pass a bill, you can wonder why some of us say, let me read the bill first and let's look at the details. But now when we get specifically to this issue of what happened with Solyndra, Mr. Silver identified that you weren't in your position until November of 2009. When you came in, you've acknowledged there was a file on Solyndra. Did you read that file?
I read through all the materials for the entire program when I arrived.
Did you see the concerns that were being raised by your own agency back then, prior to your coming, that under what they were looking at, Solyndra could go bankrupt by September of 2011?
I certainly saw all of the materials that were, related to that discussion. I need to reemphasize, Congressman, that the loan guarantee was specifically for the construction of a physical factory, which was done, and the way that works.
Well, and look, it's your job. It's your job ultimately to go through that loan guarantee and see if there are things that meet the taxpayer interest.
That's correct.
But also, I think you need to also be aware of the way that the program's being implemented. After you came in, the Government Accountability Office did a report that was, I think, pretty scathing about your loan program. They actually made some recommendations. They pointed out some problems. They pointed out, again, after you came in, GAO put this report out, they pointed out that the loan program treated applicants inconsistently, favoring some and disadvantaging others. And they gave examples. Did you read this GAO report?
I did, Congressman, and if you'll give me a minute to respond to...
I can't give you that long. I don't have that much time.
To the GAO question. First, let me note that while the report did come out after I arrived, it covers the 2008 and 2009 time period, and so I was there for approximately 1 month.
So did you make any changes based on the problems that they pointed out?
We've actually made substantial changes as we've grown the organization.
All right, but let me ask you this. On the actual... Because you were here. You were in your position after y'all did the restructuring of Solyndra's loan. Who made the decision to put the taxpayers in the back of the line and subordinate in violation of federal law? Who made that decision?
Well, first, Congressman, as I've said before, I don't know that it was in violation of federal law. There were multiple...
Someone made the decision. Did you make the decision?
There were a variety of legal...
Did you make it?
The loan program...
Yes, this is a yes or no question. Did you make the decision to subordinate the taxpayers and put them in the back of the line when the decision was made to restructure? Because you were there.
The question does not have a yes or no answer, Congressman.
So you don't know? You either made the decision or you didn't. I think that's a straightforward question. It really... And look, we have been asking for months now. In fact, we on this subcommittee asked your agency for some of these documents prior to the modification of the loan, prior to the restructuring, and y'all stonewalled us. As you're stonewalling right now, not refusing to answer a direct question, and $535 million of taxpayer money is at stake. Maybe if you would have given us that information back months ago when we asked for it, before you restructured, the taxpayers wouldn't be in the back of the line today. So you can understand, I would hope, why we're saying, who made the decision to put the taxpayers in the back of the line? Can you get me that information if you can't answer it directly now?
I'm happy to meet with you to describe that.
No, I want in writing. I'm going to ask on behalf of the committee, Mr. Chairman, if you can get us in writing the names of the people in the decision-making process, and it might be multiple people, who made the decision to put the taxpayers in the back of the line, meaning subordinate the taxpayers in violation, what many of us think are in violation of law. I don't know what your counsel thinks, and your counsel may be part of this list. But I want to know if you're part of the list. I want to know if the Secretary is part of the list. I want to know if anyone in the White House is part of that decision-making chain that said, we're going to subordinate the taxpayers of the United States in restructuring this Solyndra loan. I think we deserve that answer, and I'm asking you to get that information, however many people it is. But somebody made that decision, or multiple people, but you can't say nobody made it. The decision was made. Would you at least agree with that, and then get that information to this committee?
We will work with you to provide you what you need.
Thank you, and I yield back.
Time has expired. The gentleman from Colorado, Mr. Gardner, is recognized for 5 minutes.